everyone. Welcome to episode 1 of Road to E3 Fiction series. Fighters. Joining me is head of the Geek Fighters, House.
Hey!
Our third in command and friend over here of the RPG Reviews.
Hello, everybody! It's hype time!
Yes.
Woo!
Yes, it is. Get hyped, everyone. And join us for today's episode discussion about Xbox and their supposed leaked schedule for the briefing is none other than Invisible Ninja of HeroClub.com.
Hey, folks, what's up?
Hello there, Visible Ninja. Good to see you back again, man.
Always good to be here.
And you're, as always, Ninja, you're always more than welcome to join us when we do this stuff, as you know.
Excellent, excellent. Because I'll be stinking up your show for the next couple ones. I'll probably be here for the rest of them, too, so...
Oh, yeah.
But before we go to the nitty-gritty of today's episode, how has everyone's week been so far?
Oh, it's been great. Just got off work not too long ago. Just glad that I now have the weekend off again.
Cool. Jerry, I know on your end, these last few days has been to put it bluntly hectic.
Yes, my God, and I need money.
Don't we all?
So basically the usual on your end, huh?
Yeah, and then like just a couple of days ago, allergies were kicking my butt.
Mm.
And then I don't know what else. I'm broke, and that means I don't have money to pay for Plus. So no online unless somebody commissions me before I got to the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
And also might need the money for other stuff. But if you want me to stream Tekken and anything else, because yeah. And also today, as you know, the other thing that happened where my cable box decided to be possessed.
Ooh.
By
Netflix. What happened to the rest of that, Jerry?
The Netflix logo decided to possess my TV. Get rid of it for nothing.
Creepy.
I was telling them, I was like, I turned it on and off, nothing. Unplugged it, nothing. Reset Netflix, nothing. Reset it again, nothing.
Nothing!
It just kept having the Netflix logo just stuck on the screen.
Yeah.
Weird.
Until I finally forced a refresh.
Okay.
I officially got started with Vagrant Story for my Final Fantasy retrospective that covers...
Hi, LPH.
Oh, hi, LPH.
Yeah, welcome to the chat, LPH.
Hello. Hello.
Anyway, I got started with Vagrant Story as part of Episode 9 of my Final Fantasy retrospective that covers all of games that are in relation to Ivalice. Well, major games, not like piecemeal side experiences like Crystal Defenders, but although I'll make a brief mention of it. But yeah, second game out of 6 that I got started, so I still have a long ways to go.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Yeah, as for me, well, medication's kicking my butt right now, for at least for the past week or so, but I'm surviving.
Same as Jerry has been having this week.
Yeah, put on some new meds, kind of kicking my butt, so... Otherwise, just been doing a bit of this, that, projects here, projects there, bit of gaming, as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sadly, I've mostly been playing Fortnite because of the new Thanos event, so...
Yeah.
How is it?
It's pretty fun if you can get the gauntlet, and otherwise, yeah, you kind of die pretty quick.
Yeah, with the game house design, that if is a big if.
Yeah.
Can you snap your fingers after you get the Infinity Gauntlet?
Well, like, when you get the gauntlet, like, it turns you into Thanos, and it gives you, like, a beam attack, like a super powerful melee attack, and you can basically jump in the air and basically destroy anything on your way down, so... Yeah,
like I've seen, like, previous events just basically an OP melee attack.
Mm.
Yeah. They actually had to nerf him, too, because he was a little too good, so...
Oh, of course. Thanos is basically on the same page as Darkseid when it comes to just brutal strength and cunning intelligence and that kind of stuff.
That's the thing I'm worried about the upcoming New Gods movie when it eventually releases. Oh, what was this Darkseid character? He's a ripoff of Thanos, obviously, but funny. In actuality, it's the other way around. But
would you say that Darkseid is actually the more cunning villain than Thanos is when it comes to his ambitions?
when you talk about other media like comics, like where you originated, and in other media like, say, like the DCAU from the late 90s, early 2000s, then yeah, I would absolutely agree. But if you talk about the films, and it's kind of unfair because we haven't seen Darkseid's take thus far.
Yeah.
Hey!
Changed it for the
Hey,
better.
Omega!
Hey, welcome to the channel, Omega.
Welcome.
And LPH mentioned earlier about Amazon Prime going up today.
Yeah, good figure saw that. Yeah, they said it started today was the day that they hiked up the price, right, to $13 a month, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, $12.99. I've experiencing that for quite a while myself.
Yeah. But hey, it's worth it compared to
Doesn't help.
to me at least.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as for me, talking about like.
I mean, seriously, this is what I gotta say about the Amazon Prime prices going up.
Nigga, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Literally.
Pretty much.
Oh, that's one on the Twitch ban counter.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, we definitely need one. We definitely need one.
The and by the way, guys, soundboard cussed, not us. Everything's gonna be PG rated coming from us, not the soundboard.
Dang straight.
But to continue, my week has been actually good so far. I actually got every Thursday coming up. I also got my new controller for the mail today, courtesy of Xbox Design Lab, so I'm good to go with my future of my streams. But that'll be post E3 because this coming Sunday, as you guys know, in celebration of a certain leak that we're going to get into in a couple minutes. Yeah, I'm going to be streaming Splinter Cell for the next couple of Saturdays. The original, not the entire series, just the first game. Because for some reason, and I don't know why, and the guys in the chat, for those joining live, the 6 viewers, thank you again for joining.
Yes.
Is there any explanation as to why Pandora tomorrow isn't like either on GOG, Steam, or any online service? Because the only ones I see available are the original, Chaos Theory, and Conviction. Not even the one that was in between you know what, Chaos Theory and Conviction, which was
Oh boy.
So I don't know why it's going on that, but yeah, look forward to that, guys.
Funny how you mentioned Pandora tomorrow, because I remember getting that game on PC when it first came out a long time ago, and it would not work for me after I got it installed. Yeah. It did not work for me at all.
That is really weird. And I imagine this was around the time that it recently just came out, right? Like when it was still brand new, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was the second game after the original.
Mm-hmm. So why are we all here today? Oh, that's right. Now, part to our Road to E3 coverage that we do each and every year before the big events. But also, we're going to be talking about Xbox and what they have possibly in store for this year's event. First off, I feel like we should talk about the things that we actually know, like when it's happening.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because
yeah.
If you were gonna say how to go, I was gonna say just the facts first, and then the speculation after.
Yeah. So let's go into the facts that we know first and foremost, which granted are very minuscule, but it's good to know that we know what's in store, because I feel like this is gonna be the first big E3 from the Green Machine in, I think, years. For example, as we all know, I forget the venue actually inside of the Los Angeles Civic Center, but instead of the usual space in the LA Convention Center where they would do their annual briefings, this year's event, they're actually doing it at their own theater, the formerly known as Nokia Theater, now known as the Microsoft Theater, which is literally right across from where the convention center is in the area. Funny enough,
Well, hey,
so
you got it sitting there, so why not?
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, Microsoft, say what you will about EA, but they're taking the right page from EA, their own thing, even though it's still in the ESA ecosystem for the events, which I like.
Yeah.
They're also doing it again on Sunday, a day before Sony's and the others, which I think is good, because I think Sunday it's only them and another one I can't.
Bethesda,
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
But yeah, like doing theirs on hours before Bethesda goes on, compared to them going on Monday, where they will be cluttered with not only Sony's announcements, but also freaking, I know it sounds weird, but Square Enix supposedly having announcements this year, as well as the other one being
Squee!
Yeah, but there was another one. Oh, Ubisoft, yeah. So they won't be as cluttered, and they'll have enough time to say what they say what they're going to bring to the table this year, which is nice. And for those who are worried that they're not going to be having a space within the actual main hall of the event, fear not, because for those who are going to be there, their usual space that they converge is going to be renamed as Mixer, and I think majority is going to be shared through the Mixer app this year.
Mm-hmm.
If I recall correctly. So yeah, that's what we know thus far that's legit about their presence at E3 this year. So with what we know, guys, what do you think about the official info that we know about Microsoft's approach?
I think they're doing the right thing with their own venue and all that, and streaming. They're doing the right thing in marketing. Is what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
They're pushing their products, and they're showing that they have faith in their products. Unlike a certain company that I'm the fanboy. Not I'm not a fanboy, but you know what I mean.
You're a diehard fan, and I think we're getting more into it.
Yeah, when we get there.
Yeah, next week. I would say, based on what EA did a couple years back, where they started EA Play, their negotiation tactic really is starting to pay off in some way, because you now have a big company like Microsoft that's, going out of the way and doing the exact same thing.
Mm. And to add too, I was actually watched a little bit of snippet of their recent build presser that they did last week, and to hear that the current CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, who has supposedly been really one of the bigger influencers and supporters for the gaming branch of Xbox brand, to hear someone in the ecosystem of, especially a CEO in that company, saying to look forward to their E3 this year, I don't remember any prior CEO in the Microsoft ecosystem ever saying that on stage before, even at their own events.
No.
So I'm not getting hyped, but me as a consumer and a fan of the brand gives me hope they have something up their sleeve that we don't know.
Well, I mean, you did hear Phil Spencer say how the whole, board, or like the whole boards within the executives needed a reboot within the company to, shape their vision.
The whole CES press release he did a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, about how they're wanting to shape up their future as a video game company going forward.
Which he's not wrong, but at the same time, to hear that from the actual big head of the entire organization, for me as a supporter for the platform itself since November 2001, that is a big eye opener. That, oh wow, they're actually serious. This is not like an actual PR dressing like we've heard from other employees from years past. Like, they are actually dead set on actually turning things around, which, as a consumer myself, that makes me positive for the future of the brand. You know what I mean? What do you think, Ninja? What about your thoughts?
Okay, I'll just kind of echo what you guys have been saying. I mean, it just makes sense to do it, in the theater that they have naming rights to now.
Clearly, yeah.
So,
I'm
just saying.
No, you didn't miss David Cage.
It's Microsoft's home turf, David Cage. Welcome to our show now. This is our own cinematic experience while yours just suck.
I mean, that just makes sense, from just a convenience perspective as well as a business one. Like Jeff said, that them promoting all their stuff through the Mixer app, which has not been the greatest in the past, but it's come a decent way by what I've experienced with it. So, it just makes sense. And yeah, I don't think I've seen because in many ways, Microsoft is kind of being seen as against the wall at this point.
Yeah.
Since compared to Nintendo or even Sony, so them hyping up big things coming at E3 has got everybody buzzing. So they might have some big things coming. So
which is good, you know what I mean? And it's kind of, I'm bringing this up because I think it'll be a good way to bridge what we're going to talk about in regards to the supposed leak we saw from 4chan. But I really saw this courtesy of Reset Era, but apparently it looks like Microsoft is for a new studio team within California, Santa Monica specifically, to make AAA experiences for the platform.
Sounds like they're trying to set up a rival to Santa Monica Studio there. So,
which I'm not surprised, because for those who didn't hear, David Gallagher, the former, I think he's the former head of Crystal Dynamics. He recently, a couple months ago, jumped ship from Crystal Dynamics to Microsoft's game studios, and I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was Phil Spencer, or it was one of the big heads over at MGS that stated that his role will be explained at E3 this year. So people are connecting the dots that maybe Gallagher was hired to be the head of this new studio that's being built in San Diego to make AAA experiences. Which, if true, Jerry, you and I are both longtime fans of the Tomb Raider franchise.
Yeah.
We have our problems with the reboot franchise.
Yeah.
That said, I think this is a perfect move if true. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So
I
Zen quoted Kojima, and was it Kojima who said that?
Kojima!
Yep.
Game overs are a failure of game design, after all.
Yeah. He's wrong. But with this little tip of news that might be true, what are you guys' thoughts about that?
Before anything, I just want to say, Kojima,
Get the fuck out.
There goes their PG-13 already.
Yep.
That's two. But anyway, continue.
Jerry,
What?
well, what are your thoughts about what I just brought up?
Oh.
About Microsoft supposedly developing a new AAA studio?
Well, they need to do that. They have to. I don't even think that's an if thing. That's a they got
That's a
it thing.
necessity.
Yeah, that's not optional. They have to at this point. So I hope they do. That was from David Cage. David Cage who said that. Game overs are failure of game design.
Oh!
I don't know why I thought it was Kojima. Oh, because they're both crazy, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
God.
Kyle, your 2 cents?
Okay. On this new studio, that's being put like near where Sony Santa Monica Studio is located, with what Microsoft's doing for this new studio working on AAA games. On one end, I definitely see it as a good sign that they're trying to broaden their horizons, and it definitely is enough to see what type of new IP that they will actually create with this new studio. But at the same time, when it comes to it being a quote-unquote AAA experience, I do have a concern as to whether or not that the game that they're going to, or the games they'll be working on, are going to be cinematic experiences. I hope that's not the case. Because if they're that close to Sony Santa Monica Studio, then that they're going to try to possibly try and compete with them directly for the types of games that they make, and I just don't want that to be the case, because we already seen enough on Sony's.
I'm wholly with you, dude.
We already seen this enough with Sony. We don't need a repeat.
And you know what? It's funny you bring this up, Kyle, because like Jerry knows, he's been knowing me for 20 years, dude. We've been friends.
Mm-hmm.
At least.
We've been friends since we were kids, when we both met each other in elementary school years.
Right.
And
right, you told me about that.
He and I hate to say I used to be now considered a former fan of Sony with the PlayStation brand, not because I hate the brand, it's because this generation, PlayStation, and I think we'll get more into it next week when we talk more about Sony, when it's Cal's time to shine, of course. They've lost me because of what you just said. They not only are pushing more for cinematic experiences, like getting people like David Cage, or what they currently did with God of War 4,
or what they're currently doing with Kojima with Death Stranding.
Right, but to get the point, it's just like they're focusing more on Hollywood cinematic experiences, and they're doing something worse, which I think all of us can agree. They're saying F their legacy, because they're not catering to what should matter with their legacy. Like, they don't care about backwards compatibility. They think it's a joke.
Yeah, and it's just, and it's funny that you
Why would anybody play these games?
Yeah, and it's really funny that you bring that up, Jeff, because during this past week, I was actually watching some old videos from, like, the old PlayStation Underground, the disc-based magazine that came out during
the 90s one. I know what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah, it was the second issue, or the second volume, or the 1998 volume that dealt around Christmas time, where it was mostly centered on, like, big stuff at the time.
I used to have the disc. I know what you're talking about, yes.
Like Spyro the Dragon, and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, and a lot of that other stuff. And then I was like, I was watching that content, I was like, man, it felt really good to play games on the PlayStation back then. But when you look at Sony now, it's like, what the hell happened to them now to where they're disregarding their legacy and they're just, currently going for what they're going right now? It blows my mind.
It's not mind-blowing because the way you just basically said what I think.
Well, I'm just saying blows my mind in a negative light.
That's what I'm getting at. It's like it's not only Microsoft but Sony this generation because of the success they've been having with PlayStation 4. Granted, I'm happy, but they blinded themselves by having now this identity crisis of saying, okay, who are we? You know what I mean? But to get to what we were talking about earlier, I think this is good because, I don't want them to become like a similar cinematic experience like we were bringing in with Santa Monica, but maybe they get some people from Santa Monica to go over to their new studio and kind of help them out with, establishing new IPs and new brands and trying to build their, portfolio.
Well, I mean, if you take a look at Remedy's games, like Alan Wake and Quantum Break, aren't those technically considered cinematic experiences in a sense?
In the progress, yes, because I think people, it's funny you brought that up because I think people don't actually understand what cinematic really means in gaming. Because I think the best example, like, I'm not the biggest fan of the OG series of Devil May Cry games. I love them, but I'm not like a diehard fan, if you know what I'm saying.
And with this new studio, I think the best thing that they ought to do is, like, try to make their own, like, hack and slash action game for once. I mean, we really haven't even seen Microsoft try anything like that. Something like God of War or Devil May Cry.
We kind of did with Rise, but as we all know, that didn't end well because of what.
But I'm just saying, like, be like over the top crazy with the.
No, I agree. But I was getting at. Oh, with regard to Devil May Cry, I feel like at least with Hideki Itsuno, he gets it right by giving, not having control prompts, not having, quick time events when an action piece does happen with your character. You're in control and you're actually putting input of when, like, say, like when Nero uses his grappling move to throw something back at the enemy. It's you're in control. That's what I feel like cinematic really means, and not the definition that both David Cage and Kojima has.
Yeah.
Popularized, you know what I mean? But, like, I agree, like, to get back what we were just talking about, I agree. It's Kyle. But it's not wrong. Like, you're on the same.
Who am I today?
But in all seriousness, you're not wrong. But at the same time, like, they need to establish something. And I'm not saying they should copy it because it goes in the same problem.
Right.
People say, oh, DC should copy Marvel for the cinematic.
No.
They should have their own established brand and their own, their own portfolio to move forward. But I'm hoping it's true, and I hope they do establish and expand on various genres like you were bringing up.
Well, yes, because I don't want to remember Microsoft's Xbox platform as just the place for dude bro shooters and that kind of stuff. There needs to be more variety, like what the original OG Xbox had.
But you're not wrong, because funny enough, they can use that as a strength, but branching into other shooter subgenres. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like a third person.
Well,
it could be a first person shooter. It could be a tactical shooter, which I like to see more from Xbox, to be honest. You know what I mean? How about you, Visible Ninja?
Ninja? Ninja?
Metal.
Oh, sorry. I muted myself for some reason.
Oh.
Stupid me.
Screw it, we'll do it live, I see.
God, yeah.
Here's a wake-up call for you.
Naked grandma!
Number 3.
Oh, yeah.
But since me and Kyle were on that big spiel, what about your thoughts about recent revelation, if true, Ninja?
I don't know what to think about it, really. Like, because I admit, like, I'm not a huge Microsoft guy, but I still do follow their stuff with interest, so.
Yeah.
But, like, I still... I don't really know what to say. So...
It's cool, man. Hey, it's cool.
Wish I could be more helpful.
I know, that's how I am with this. Well, yeah, some of us don't have a...
Well, that's the funny thing, because Jerry...
Yeah, I don't have a 1, so I don't know.
That's putting your spot, but that's how you and I feel like stuff like this happens with Nintendo. It's just like...
That's most Nintendo things.
They're there.
Hey, how do you feel? Yeah,
right.
It's cool, I guess, so...
Yeah,
so
basically.
we know where you come from, Ninja, so don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that out of the way, I think we can get now into the so-called rumor that came out recently, courtesy of...
To quote a certain wrestling podcast, rumors and innuendo.
Very much. Thank you very much.
If anybody knows what podcast I just quoted, say it in the chat.
This is my yard now.
You're singing, you just feel bad.
You killed Undertaker, although he came back,
Yeah, he came back.
Yeah, I did.
He came back the next year anyway, and made Cena, job out like a bitch. So
No.
Yep.
In less than 3 minutes, mind you.
it's all good.
But guys, he didn't kill the Undertaker, but you know what he killed? Backlash.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Backlash.
But yeah, this list is courtesy of 4chan, and I will post it after we're done, so people in the chat can see what we're talking about.
Okay.
But for some reason, people say to not take 4chan into consideration, which, let's be blunt, I understand because we should take everything with a grain of salt, but at the same time, how many times have mysterious posts that popped up on 4chan turned out to be true?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That turned out to be totally real, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for example, almost now 2 years ago when the Switch was originally revealed back in Japan.
It was me, Austin. I killed Undertaker.
Everything, I'm not even joking.
It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch! What? It's me, Austin! It was me! All along, Austin!
Originated from 4chan.
Mm-hmm.
But so this list is supposedly courtesy of 4chan. Again, granted, take it with a grain of salt, but this is what's
Hey, Vic, hi!
Huh?
Well, better late than never, Vic.
Oh, hey, Vic.
Say hi.
Welcome to the chat, Vic. But yeah, you just joined in time because we're about to talk about these.
Yeah, we're actually starting our predictions now.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, the supposed briefing of what's going to be shown at Microsoft.
Oh, right, the supposed leaks. Yeah.
Yes. Supposedly, what's going to be announced for this year's content is as follows: Forza Horizon 4 by Playground, which, let's be blunt, we all know that was going to be in there.
Yeah, that's going to be an inevitability.
That was a given. Yeah.
But here's the interesting thing. Not the fact that it's set in Japan, the fact that it's going to be at native 4K, however, on the Xbox One X, is going to be running at 30 frames per second.
Oh.
Wow.
30 frames. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's
Do you have Tim Allen's grunt?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
That's me right there.
Well, yeah, like everyone, because if I recall, didn't they port over Forza 7 on the Xbox One X and it ran smoothly at 60 frames?
Yes, smooth as butter. Yes.
Like,
There's no
for
real.
someone who's getting an X next month, hopefully, due to what's going on in my local Toys R Us.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
everybody's
still want to get one, but it makes me fearful that they're more focusing on the thing that I was worried about, and that's, graphics over gameplay. You know what I mean?
Well, the visuals more so than, or the quality more so than the overall performance.
Yeah.
The performance, basically.
Mm-hmm. And then that's another thing I'm surprised too, because of the specs under the machine itself too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with 12 gigs of RAM, you would think that we eat 60 frames with no compromise whatsoever. But yeah, 30 frames per second on the X, full 4K, Japan setting. It is going to be available via Xbox Game Pass. So for those who want to try it out, $10 a month. You don't have to buy it at 60, which is good. And there's going to be obviously the trailer, gameplay, demo, do what we usually get at each briefing. And it's slated for a fall 2018 release. Again, this is whether it's true or not. This is what we're just talking about now. Speaking of Bethesda, same day, and it might be true because what I just said. Starfield. A long-winded rumor that's been going on, I think, for the last 2 years, that this is supposedly Bethesda Games' next big IP that ain't Elder Scrolls or even Fallout. Apparently, Microsoft has a marketing deal, and the gameplay demo will be shown on Microsoft's stage, not Bethesda's. And it's an open-world sci-fi RPG slated for holiday 2018. Now, Jerry, since you and I kind of like Bethesda RPGs, what's your thought?
Bethesda, unfortunately you cut out a little bit. That's not your fault.
I know, but if you didn't hear, Starfield, RPG, supposedly Microsoft has the deal for the game, and there's going to be a gameplay demo on its briefing that day, not Bethesda's later tonight, and it's safe for holiday 2018. Now, you and I are kind of fans of Bethesda.
Yeah, kind of.
What's your thought on this?
I think they're trying to get a. I guess it's not that big of a deal for Bethesda. In which case, that's kind of cool. I mean, Bethesda's kind of been working closer with Microsoft than Sony.
Yeah.
So it would make sense.
Kyle, Ninja, your thoughts?
Starfield, would you say that this is Bethesda's answer to Destiny, in a sense?
Oh, I hope to God not.
I really hope not either.
Yeah, I was thinking either that that's the case, which I don't want it to be, or they're trying to do something that's kind of similar in the same vein as Starbound.
Oh yeah, the game that was announced.
A question. Speaking of cutting out, did anybody catch the chat while I was?
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat, and I see that Vic said, Bethesda, Skyrim, milk it some more!
Yep.
And that's Bethesda for you. But you know, I just hope that whatever Starfield ends up becoming, I hope it actually turns out to be good. Or do you think that it could be Bethesda's answer to Mass Effect? Do you think it could be their answer to Mass Effect or no?
I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping of. Like a proper Mass Effect.
You know, Mass Effect done a little bit better. I mean, you know what? Fallout 4 kind of seemed like a test for that, didn't it?
But worse, funny enough.
But I just hope it's not another
a test nonetheless.
I just hope it's not another Fallout or Elder Scrolls V Skyrim type of experience.
Oh, God. You know, you'd be hilarious. Speaking of the Skyrim complaining I did before we recorded about the mods, if that was the big announcement. Oh, we finally got full mod support on PS4. Yay, okay, we're going.
Don't joke about that, Jerry.
Don't joke, Jerry.
Oh, no!
See, Kyle, that's right there.
Remind me to make that prediction when we're on third parties.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll try to not remind.
Okay.
Not to remind me.
All right.
But after that, Scream Ride 2, another game that's going to be available for Xbox Game Pass, as well as a gameplay shown at the briefing for holiday 2018 release. Crackdown 3. Not only is it going to be under the Game Pass, but also it's going to be another gameplay trailer. A multiplayer beta is supposed to be announced, and a finalized date set for holiday this year. Finally. Because that game was originally announced, if I recall correctly, simply known as Crackdown back in E3 2014, right?
Yes.
Damn.
24. Well, we've been waiting longer. for some other announcements.
Oh yeah, but still, it's just like it's kind of hypocritical that we can, bemoan Xbox for doing this, but praise Sony for doing the exact same thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Shadow. This is the reason why I think there might be some truth to it. Shadow of the Tomb Raider just confirmed that it has a marketing deal with Microsoft, and its gameplay demo will be shown at E3, supposedly at Microsoft's events. And now this is the thing that I don't know if it's true or not. Apparently, the game is going to be under Xbox Game Pass for its upcoming September 2018 release. So,
are you suggesting?
Yes.
Are you suggesting that it might be another exclusive?
No, they confirmed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's multi-plat.
So
it's like going back to what they originally did for Tomb Raider 2013. That they're showing everything on the stage because they have a good relationship with Microsoft.
And LPH said, "Everyone needs more Macho Man Dragon." I know. That's why. That's why. I really hope that's not their big announcement, but I do hope they announce it. I just don't hope it's their big one.
That probably won't be their big announcement again. But
that's the thing. That's the thing. It might just be instead of Elder Scrolls 6. Oh my God! How about this? Wait, that's for Bethesda. But I was thinking Skyrim 2 instead of Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh God, no! Don't get my ideas, Jerry.
Oh no!
Thank you. To continue on the supposed leaked list, additional content for Sea of Thieves, with a trailer attached to it for a release in fall. And for those who don't know, that game, whether you like it or not, at least you can try it for $10 on the Game Pass, which is currently available right now. Which is, say we roll the game, but it's kind of cool that you can just play it for $10 and buy it for $60.
Oh, the bare bone content game that was sold as a $60. That was $60 upon its release and X as an early access game.
Boring.
Last year we saw the official re-reveal of a game called Ashton.
It's right. I forgot about that.
Again, another game that was revealed years ago. Same exact 2014. We're going to get, unlike last year, an actual gameplay trailer, and supposedly it's going to be released in holiday 2008. Now, a game that caught my eye last year, Microsoft specifically, was a little pixelated platformer by the name of The Last Night.
I remember that.
You know that cinematic cyberpunk platformer?
Yes, that was pretty cool looking.
Mm-hmm. It's going to have another gameplay trailer, just like the aforementioned Sea of Thieves.
LPH makes a point.
Okay.
He said, and yet no Halo 6.
We'll get to that.
Too soon.
Wait, LPH?
Yeah, wait, because that one's going to be a big one, and it's for supposed next year. We'll get to that.
But go ahead about last night.
Gameplay trailer, Xbox Game Pass available, and releasing holiday 2018.
Oh, so that's this year. Okay.
Another game that's going to be Game Pass, and it's finally releasing this year. Guys, remember Cappy?
Yes.
Cappy the what?
From Mario Odyssey?
Oh, okay.
No, the Canadian indie developer, Cappy.
That's the joke.
Well, you got me with it.
Yeah.
I like what you did here, Double R, by the way.
Yeah, you did a great job, dude.
Having the both the console logo and the logo I made corresponding to the console.
At our respective colors too, yeah.
I'm glad I did that color thing.
Yeah, you did. You did a really good job.
Vic, joke ruined.
For those who don't know, Cappy years ago, and I think it was on Xbox's stage back in E3 2013, they announced a game way back when called Below. You guys remember that?
That I remember. Below, yes.
Below.
Well, not only is it going to be available by Game Pass and we're getting a gameplay trailer, but if this turns out to be true, it might be finally releasing this holiday season.
That's cool.
Yeah. Here's another. This one's clearly obvious. The annual yearly Madden release.
Oh yeah, of course.
Marketing,
Toilet.
gameplay trailer, and release for fall.
Color me surprised.
And another one that we can all be color surprised. Content update for Minecraft fall 2018.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of their biggest cash cows.
I mean, they have to.
Who wrote the story mode for Minecraft?
Who?
The main Elder Scrolls writer for Morrowind.
Really?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Michael Kirkbride.
He wrote the
I never knew that.
he wrote the scenario for Minecraft story mode.
Story mode, yes.
Yeah.
Michael
Wow.
Kirkbride. I was like,
Wow.
what?
Now that's awesome.
The same guy who did Morrowind story? What?
Yeah. That's interesting. Thanks for bringing up that little tidbit. I didn't even know that. Now, you're talking about the story mode that was done by Telltale, right?
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft story mode, yeah.
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 Mhm.
Yeah, he works for Telltale now because he also did Batman. Telltale.
Oh, no wonder Batman was good. But yeah, besides that, there's another interesting one that might be showing up at their briefing this year. Battlefield 5, because apparently Microsoft has the marketing for it once more, and we're going to see the first gameplay trailer of it at their briefing for fall 2018 release.
Like, not surprising since Sony has the deal with Call of Duty, so it makes sense that they would cut a deal to have Battlefield. So yeah,
I think we can all agree that no one likes third-party marketing deals, especially with DLC or even third-party.
Oh yeah,
like
timed exclusivity and shit like that. Yeah.
I don't like that stuff. I think games should be more exclusive to other platforms besides the one they're currently on, because it just ruins the potential of more sales being accumulated. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's another topic for another day. But yeah, Metro Exodus, the game that was first unveiled at Microsoft's briefing last year, is going to be returning supposedly for, once again, confirmation of a marketing deal, along with a new gameplay demo. Hopefully running off of the Xbox One X this time, which I'm really interested in. Because for those who don't know, the original demo that we saw at last year's event, I think that was always pre-rendered.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Mm-hmm. But at least it did have Movie Bob coming back to haunt gamers again with his dastardly appearance.
Yep. And it's slated for a holiday 2018 release. But here's the big one that I think no one saw, if sure, that's going to be announced for this year. Banjo-Kazooie Anniversary.
Do-do-do-do.
Yes!
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like I've heard about it. So
now, Anniversary.
Is this 1 and 2 or with nuts and bolts?
That's a good question.
I would say it's the original.
It's probably a full-on, like, ground-up, like, 4K remake of the first one.
So. Like, think of what Activision's currently doing with Spyro this year. I think that's the same thing.
Reignited trilogy.
And if this turns out to be true, we're going to get a gameplay of the game. It's going to be available under Game Pass, which is great. I like that. And it's going to be slated for a fall 2018 release. So it's going to be making its 20th anniversary at least, which is nice.
Cool.
Not on date and month when the original released in '98, but still, it's cool to be celebrating its 20th anniversary. Again, if true.
Oh, definitely.
But here's the question. Is Rare developing it, or is there another studio who's working on it?
You know what? After what happened with freaking Sea of Thieves, I hope it's not Rare. Like, I'm not bashing on Rare, but I hate when people bring up the facts like, oh, Rare or bust. It's like, you saw Killer Instinct. You know that wasn't developed by Rare. And that was a great game.
Yes.
You just get a good developer who was a fan of your own thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would definitely see, if there was another studio working on it, I would definitely love to see, like, the people who made Super Lucky Tail do that.
Oh, yeah, that developer.
Mm-hmm.
The game that originally was an Oculus exclusive, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know which developer you're talking about, yeah. But that's it for 2018. Before speculative stuff, supposedly from this list. For 2018 release, what do you guys think, if this turns out to be true?
Solid.
I mean, great marketing for at least the franchise.
Yeah. Solid.
I think, honestly, as a fan, I think it's solid compared to what we got last year and the year prior, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Now, this stuff, get ready to get your socks blown off, guys, because this is going for 2019 and beyond.
Beyond.
Hey, wait a minute. That's next week.
Miss it, Greg. Come back to IGN. Beyond sucks now.
It's so thick.
Say that for Kind of Funny's content. Now that's thick.
Oh.
But first off is the announcement of Borderlands 3 is going to be released for spring of next year. It is going to be under Microsoft's Xbox. And apparently Microsoft has the marketing for the game as well as the gameplay trailer is going to debut on their stage. That's for next year, for spring.
Randy Pitchford.
Why must you turn my office into a house of lies?
Lies.
Yes.
Because people need to remember he is a habitual liar.
Him and Molyneux are like
Hello, you.
Yeah.
Vic asked, but what is the actual platforms for Borderlands 3?
No one knows. I'm just reading out the list. That was
Like it'll probably be multi-plat, just
yeah,
with,
of course. But that doesn't
platform like timed exclusives and shit like that. Probably,
Yeah, what marketing means basically is that the platform holder of the marketing gets the marketing rights, say like for advertisements on magazines, TV spots, freaking sites on the internet, and also video,
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
That's what marketing means. If you're wondering, was it LPH that asked?
No, Vic.
So just to clarify, Vic. But that is supposedly coming out for spring of next year for multi-plat, but having a Microsoft Xbox deal. Another game that was revealed last year, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. So
that's right.
That really took me by surprise last year. I will admit that because I really do like Ori and the Blind Forest. Great platformer.
Yeah. Sadly, I would be surprised if, someone over at NeoGAF back before it imploded didn't spill the beans.
Yeah.
But yeah, another spring 2019 release. Also another release supposedly available on Game Pass when it's coming out. And we're going to have another gameplay trailer, which is interesting because this will be the first game, unlike the introduction trailer we got at last year's event. Now, here's something interesting. You know what's missing from Microsoft that even both its rivals, even in the past, had?
Well,
a kart racer. Apparently, a title by the name of Electric Madness is going to be coming out next year, not only on the Game Pass, and not only we're going to see the first gameplay trailer, but as stated, it's titled as a fun racer. So I'm imagining something in the vein like, say, a or Sega's take with Sonic All-Star Racing for Microsoft. And it's not far-fetched because for those who played Rare Replay, documentaries that you can watch of prior games that were at one point being developed but sadly canned. And there was a Rare influence racer by name, I think, of the Fast and the Furious that was going to be released, featuring Rare IP characters. I think that's what it was called. It was either that or it was another title, but it was a Rare kart racer.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more of that Banjo-Kazooie racing game before it became known as Nuts and Bolts.
Oh, you're talking about Banjo X. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, no.
From that description, you said a fun racer and what else?
Fun racer, spring 2019 release, Xbox Game Pass and gameplay trailer.
Yeah,
it is pretty much their answer to Mario Kart. So.
Which I wouldn't mind. Hey, more diversity for the platform, the better.
Oh yeah, of course.
From that description, it probably is a kart racer, but part of me wants to say it could just be an arcade racer.
Yes. I want it to be an arcade racer.
That's what I personally want to.
You know what? I would be surprised, but
we're still pointing fingers at you, Bandai Namco. Where's our damn Ridge Racer?
Yeah.
Ridge Racer.
But we can stay at third party when we eventually get that. But that's a good thing.
I know.
Bringing up, dude. But yeah, that's what a Metric Madness supposedly is, and we're seated availing.
The title though screams kart racer to me.
Oh yeah, it does. Especially the title alone. One that makes me happy if it turns out to be true, and it might be true with the kerfluffles thanks to recently not only Amazon.ca, But just last week, Walmart.ca, Splinter Cell.
Thanks, Canadian retailers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your country.
And the reason why I'm not bringing it up because we're going to save that for because there was a lot supposedly spoiled that I know all of us want to get into, but we're going to save that for the next couple of weekends. But yeah, Splinter Cell, supposedly it's going to be a reboot to the entire franchise, which, after Blacklist, I'm completely fine with it, to be honest, because as a longtime fan of the Splinter Cell series, Conviction to me felt like it was the end of the franchise. Like story-wise and narrative. Like, Blacklist shouldn't even happen to begin with, even after the ending that was Conviction. You know what I mean?
Even though Blacklist did feel like a true return to form for the series that needed to be before Double Agent and Conviction came to be.
Oh, true, I agree. But I used to feel that way until I watched it. Which I highly recommend. Great YouTuber. Go check his content out. He brought up a lot of things that don't make sense design-wise. Like, the basic design works. It's just everything else around it as a Splinter Cell game doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from on that.
But going back to it, it's going to be a reboot. And like most Ubisoft games, it's supposedly going to be an open world title, which is going to be interesting.
Hope it's not like the Phantom Pain.
I hope it's better than the Phantom Pain, to be honest.
Well, I hope it's better, but I just hope it's not like a carbon copy of that.
No, I don't think so. Because same way about Ubisoft, I think there's one thing that Ubisoft, specifically Ubisoft Montreal, did better with is, level design in regards to stealth games with their own IP than, say, Kojima and the blow that was MGS's, level design specifically.
I'll tell you another thing.
MGS3, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'll tell you another thing. If this reboot turns out to be true, it better have a brand new engine for it because I think it will. Because that last engine that they used for Blacklist, oh man, so outdated. They kept using that same engine for a vast majority of their more recent titles.
You're talking about the in-house Anvil engine. I don't know which one you're talking about. But here's the interesting thing. Not only marketing is also first on Xbox. People are going to be pissed, right? If this turns out to be true. Here's the irony. They shouldn't be pissed because where did the first game years ago debut on? Oh, that's right. Originally on Xbox.
And Sam Fisher had night vision goggles that were green, and it actually made sense to be on Xbox.
But still, it's like, I can understand people being ticked off, but if this can happen to Sony, then it should be fine with Microsoft either way. You know what I mean? They're trying to get your money to begin with as consumers, so stop whining. If you're not going to buy the console to begin with, then you have no invalid right to whine to begin with, my personal opinion. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's supposedly slated for a fall 2019. If this turns out to be true or not, we know it's true, but this description we don't know because it's all hearsay. You know what I mean? Anthem, game that was announced last year at both Xbox and EA's respective briefings. Once again, it's going to be confirmed. I think it's going to be confirmed this year that Microsoft might have the deal for the game, even though it's multiplayer. Another gameplay demo. Now, this is where I think it's kind of wonky because it was just confirmed from EA themselves that Anthem is going to be releasing spring 2019. Whereas with this leak, it says it's coming out fall, but hey, who knows? It could be changed for all we know, and it could be released in fall, so who really knows? Just a couple more weeks away.
There's the best way to describe Anthem. You're the Rocketeer in space and new planets.
Pretty much.
Man,
and let's hope it's better than Destiny. I'm sorry, Density. Just for clarification, guys, who was the one who brought up Halo earlier in the chat?
Vic.
Vic, you might want to listen to this because
LPH.
LPH. Yes, it was LPH.
Oh, it was LPH. Okay, thank you for clarification, guys. Anyways, for those in the chat, you want to sit down for a bit in regards to this next piece of news around Halo. Halo Genesis is going to be the next title of the series. That's not the interesting bit. What is interesting is the description. Reboot.
Say what?
What?
Well, I guess it's grown so old and bloated that they need to dynamite it to the ground and start over.
As someone who's been playing the franchise, and Jerry, you can too, because I've been playing the series since day one, back when Bungie not only developed and created it, but when it went to Microsoft and it changed from a RTS to a first-person shooter.
Vic said, well, time to blow it up.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I think this is the right move, because you know how this fan base is so torn. It's like, 343 did a better job of design. Screw that. Bungie's so much better with the thought of their level design, and their art style is just like, I feel like a reboot is necessary, especially that the botch that was Halo 5 Guardians. I'm not talking about the multiplayer, because the multiplayer was good. I'm talking about the single-player campaign, because Halo 4 and Halo 5's campaign are still tied into the events that Bungie created with the first 3 Halo games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the tone just doesn't fit with what 343 is trying to do. You know what I mean? So I think a reboot is necessary for them to move forward.
Right.
Good thing. Split Screen is returning.
Yeah.
Halo 5.
Co-op. Good. Wait, co-op or no?
I think it's co-op. I think it was confirmed a couple of years from Frank O'Connor on various social media. I think confirmed it, especially that going forward it's known to have split screen, but also co-op, just like the prior games from Bungie. Unlike Halo 5, there's going to be a brand new engine built from the ground up for Halo Genesis. Warzone 2.0, which debuted in Halo 5. There's going to be a multiplayer beta for this year and a teaser trailer attached for the briefing with a fall 2019 release. So, guys, what do you think about that?
I'm with you. I think it's the right move.
Yeah.
You know, it's true, because we all know if it's true or not.
Right.
Yeah, I would say that it should be true, because that series definitely needs to wipe the slate clean and, start over from scratch, or at least in a brand new direction.
Exactly.
Well, and for those who want the original voice actor of, like, Steve Downes to reprise his role as Master Chief, I'd say probably now's the time to get some new blood if they want to, start everything fresh and brand new.
Yeah, but I'm kind of worried I'm kind of worried that if they do get rid of Steve Downes, I don't want to see a similar thing that happened when they tried to replace,
Michael Ironside.
Michael Ironside.
Yeah, I really don't want that to be the case, because, most of the time, mocap and voice acting, they just don't always mix all the time.
Exactly.
But anyways, yeah, I would definitely be interested to see if this turns out to be true. I would definitely like to see where this goes. And another thing that I hope that they bring back is Forge mode.
For all we know, they probably will. We just don't know yet, obviously, but
right,
it would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice. The next game. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ninja, do you have anything to say?
Oh, well.
He's here too.
Yeah.
Oh, also me. Oh God, but yeah, I definitely feel that I definitely do feel the series kind of does need to a fresh start, as it were, after just since 2001, just kind of been the same ideas and story that's just kind of bloated over the years, but. Yeah, so going kind of dynamiting it all back to the beginning seems like a good idea, which could be, because I've played some of the earlier ones. I admit I haven't played some of the later ones, but I played the shit out of 2. I can say that. So
of course.
Yeah, and I definitely do hope Forge mode comes back, because that's always creating your own stuff is always fun.
Oh yeah, how it
my cousin would spend hours on that mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, how it just pretty much is their Microsoft's answer in creating user-generated content.
Which, to be fair,
yeah.
With how much they try to push Forge mode, not only with Halo 5 Guardians, the separate Forge app they did under the title of Halo 5 Forge for Xbox, for Windows 10 PC, I can tell you, I feel like even though it's not mentioned, it will be returning for, whatever Halo 6 turns out to be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I
definitely hope so.
One last thing I want to mention before we get on to the next game. I don't care what anybody says, but Griffball needs to have its own game, period.
Exactly.
You know, that's funny enough. Me and Jerry were talking behind the...
Hello? Behind this, and that's all I heard.
But behind the scenes, like, remember
behind the toilet.
The toilet.
What happened, Jeff?
Exactly.
Remember a couple weeks ago when we were talking behind the scenes that, you know, you and I'm surprised that, you know, 343, since they have been having a great relationship with Rooster Teeth throughout these years with Red vs. Blue series, it's surprising that they haven't offered them to do a project under the Halo banner for, like, games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, I think like a comedic the RVB universe being developed by 343, I would love to see. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That would be cool.
Because here's the thing, like, you know, there's one series I really missed from Battlefield, since we were talking about earlier. I really miss Battlefield Bad Company.
Yeah.
And I could see that being, if they do decide to do that, I could see that being the Bad Company of the Halo franchise if that was ever decided to be done. You know what I mean?
Oh, that
But
would
yeah,
be
That
kind of
would
awesome.
be interesting.
Welcome to Griffball.
But that's the supposed speculative news that we got of Halo, whether it be true or not. It's gonna be interesting if this turn out to be true, because I'm really hoping it is a read. For you know, for 3 sakes, because you know, same way well, Bungie, I think their time has been sadly up for years, even with the release of Halo Reach.
Mm-hmm.
But going forward, a game that we've been knowing that has been developed for the last couple of years, the successor to CD Projekt Red's Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which is Cyberpunk 2077. It's going to be supposedly confirmed that Microsoft has the marketing deal. We're going to see a teaser trailer, and it's either slated for release 2019 or 2020.
Slated for a release on the TV show on ABC.
I just saw something related to games, but not related to our chat. That's funny.
Oh, yeah?
It says, every game on Steam, the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, with the screenshot that shows popular tags for this product. Here are the 4 Horsemen.
Okay.
Early access, survival, open world,
Mm-hmm.
and crafting.
Oh, oh boy.
If you got the fifth unknown Battle Royale.
And then the top comment says, Death rides a pale horse because the texture is missing.
That's beautiful.
Oh boy. Oh man, that's enough to hit anybody in the feels right there.
And the last game in this supposed leaked list from 4chan, if this turns out to be true, I don't care. I make sure my bias. I mean, let's be blunt.
Well, really? You're biased as the guy who's hosting the Xbox Protein 3.
Just like, yeah, you'd be biased if we were hosting PlayStation next week, right, Jerry?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll be biased when it comes to Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, in all seriousness, if this is even hinted or announced, auto 10 out of 10, no joke. And that is the return of Perfect Dark.
Oh
boy. Under the title of
the true mirror shooter.
But here's the interesting bit, dude. Like, for those who didn't hear, the title is supposedly named Joanna Dark, and the description is followed. Third-person action adventure. There's going to be a teaser trailer, and supposedly it's going to be slated for holiday 2019.
If it's third person, that means I can play it without throwing up.
Exactly.
Make sure that's in 60 frames a second, too.
Oh, God, yeah. I'm hoping
Well,
to.
it's not such a big deal if it's third, but yes, if it's first.
Yeah. But
yes, it should still be 60 frames.
Some additional minuscule stuff that might claim this to be true or not, and I'm going to bring it up in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
New Xbox Elite controller, that was confirmed to be true because there was a leak of a patent for a new one, I think, around this time last year.
Mm-hmm.
New Xbox Achievement System, again, that was confirmed earlier. New Xbox One X bundle as well as colors. I wouldn't be surprised because they're really trying to push on the Xbox One X, especially with how well it's been selling since its November launch. No Fable, can't confirm that. For those who don't know, it was found courtesy of Eurogamer.com that there is a new Fable being developed as a by Playground's new development studio. So who knows? That could be really 50-50. No Halo Wars 3, again, be really 50-50 for a week, you know what I mean? Now, here's the thing that I find this fishy. No new Gears IP. Why
that is interesting.
Well, the aforementioned leak courtesy of, again, Walmart.com. Great job, guys.
Walmart.ca?
Yeah.
Metal, it's your fault.
It's always.
But yeah, the reason why I call this fishy is because it was just recently revealed from that leak courtesy of Walmart.ca. One of the pre-order games was Gears of War 5. So who knows, man? Maybe this
they could be keeping that one under their hat. So
maybe, like, for all we know. But then again, it sucks because if that was the big announcement for release this year, then thanks a lot, Walmart. You just ruined the surprise. Great job, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the supposed list courtesy of 4chan. So before we get into speculation and predictions, specifically ours, what do you guys think of the 2019 supposed announcements?
Again, it's solid. That's all I can think of. Solid, not mind blowing. Like, oh my god, yeah. But like it's good. You guys are doing good. You know,
they are improving vastly over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I can't complain. You know, I'm not going, oh yeah, but at the same time, I can't complain and think it's good.
Right.
Like, I guess if I had to go with hot and cold, above lukewarm, warmer than lukewarm, but under boiling hot. You know.
Okay, so like basically the last couple of years, as a consumer,
last couple of years I was lukewarm.
This is like more lukewarm than, say, steaming compared to the last couple of years, right?
It's warm. Yeah, it's warmer than
like where 2016 and 2017 in the U was like simmering for announcements. Yeah. This is more of a lukewarm, almost there moment for you, right?
Well, it's warmer than lukewarm, but yeah. Still not. But yeah, go ahead. Whoever else.
How about you, Kyle?
I will have to agree with Jerry. I mean, based on this rumor alone, with what they supposedly have in the pipeline for this year and as well as 2019 and beyond, I mean, it's a step in the right direction. I would definitely say it's above lukewarm, but still hasn't fully grasped me just yet. I mean, I'm probably the only person out of all three of us within the Geek Fighters who actually prefers more Japanese games, but based on what this leak brings about, or what the supposed rumor of what they're going to show at their E3 presentation for this year, it definitely has me intrigued. I will give it that much.
Okay. How about you, Ninja?
I will say that it's probably been, like, just by the sounds of the rumored lineup, it does sound probably the most impressive lineup I think they've had in years.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, honestly, like, there's quite a few kind of pretty big hitters in there. I mean, you got a new Perfect Dark, which is great. Halo reboot, which, is kind of surprising, but like I said, much needed. You got Borderlands 3, which we probably saw coming, but still, it's
LPH said something good about my warm talk. He said so. It's around the 60s, but not as hot in the 80s.
That's what I was trying to get at. Thank you very much, LPH.
That's you hit it on the nail, LPH. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Thank you, LPH.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But continue, Ninja.
Oh, well, not really too much else to say, other than it's actually probably just a solid lineup I've seen, in the past few years. Now, like, what can I say? Like, I'm also surprised that there's no new Gears of War, but like I've said, they might be keeping that one like super top secret.
Exactly.
But like, by what I've seen so far, it's an impressive and actually fairly solid, first, second party, and third party, exclusive lineup. So.
Oh yeah. Now, for me, as the Xbox guy within the core group of fighters, my thoughts, I agree with both Kyle and Jerry, specifically what he brought up. Like, I agree if this is like lukewarm, and this has come from a fan of mine who has been a consumer of the platform since back in the early OG days. They've been having trouble since the 2013 launch, not because of the E3 that followed, but because of the original announcement prior to E3 2013. And I think they've been doing a lot right by course correcting, but they need to do better. And I think this is the first E3 in a very long time that it truly shows, because I feel like these are the games that Phil Spencer, when he took over as the head of Microsoft Game Studios, were the games that he originally signed 4 years ago when he took over. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
However, if there's one thing I gotta say and be critical about the fan base, there are specific Xbox fanboys that talk and whine and complain about this, saying, "Oh, if this turns out to be true, this entire list we just talked about, that this is the worst E3 show they have heard in years."
Zaire.
Crap gamer.
Well, they're both friends, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or as we like to call, well, that's what they call our community for nerds. But in all seriousness, like, how can you call this list horrendous when you have returning franchises who have been dormant for years, like freaking Perfect Dark,
and Banjo-Kazooie?
Like, people who are fans besides Xbox, if you're talking about gamers, they've been brain and asking for a new installment BK, whether it was a remake or a new game, for years. I'll say this right now: if Microsoft is, throwing those toxic fanboys away to just cater to new fanboys, then good riddance. Be thrown away. I don't care. You're not a fan.
Yeah.
You're not part of the community if you don't like the games. Like, if you don't like these, then why do you own the platform to begin with and call yourself a fan?
Real.
Right.
Save your money and spend it on a console you do like.
Oh, baby, grow up. If they're not for you, that's fine, but don't be a little whiny brat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Vic said he's talking about Nintendo, but I'm reading the chat. He said he thinks Nintendo's going to go more into the cloud saving for Switch Online.
Yeah, we're gonna talk more about that, and
which will be which will be the week after next week.
Yep, in a couple weeks from now.
Because next is me, and then next is Double R.
Okay, so since we talked about the speculative list that was provided originally for Chan, now we're going to go into our predictions. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first because I don't have that much to say.
Right, okay.
Me either.
Which is, I do think, just because I haven't heard from it in a while, it's just like one of my Hail Marys, I guess, but phone! Of course!
Okay, so, take care of that, and Kyle, why don't you go first, and then we'll go back to...
Okay. Well, based on the recent rumors of what you brought up, especially on YouTube, Jeff, that you've been liking on Facebook and all that, or that's been posting on Facebook that you like, about how they're possibly, that Microsoft has been working aggressively behind the scenes with trying to get more Japanese support. I assume, and based on what we saw from that...
It was a scammer.
Based on that leak that we saw from Walmart Canada with some of those games that are on there, I definitely say that there's going to be more truth to that this year than there was last year. I mean, last year was a start, but I'm gonna assume that there's going to be a lot more of that. Well, maybe not a lot more, but just a lot more than what we got last year.
Right.
So if that's anything, then I definitely think we're going to be seeing a stronger showcasing of that at Microsoft's E3 presentation this year. Maybe not, they probably won't mention anything about their successor to the Xbox One, but I would imagine possibly maybe a slight teaser, like what they did before the Xbox One X was revealed, where it was where it was originally called Project Scorpio.
But I think Microsoft is going to be the first one out of the gate for their 9th gen, offering, to be honest, and I agree with you. But I think we're gonna, like you said, I think we're gonna see a tease, not a full reveal. That's gonna be saved, I think, for 2019.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just saying a tease for this year.
I agree.
But other than that, I really don't have anything else to comment.
Now, Jerry, what about you? Since you were
what I was trying to mention,
taken away from the phone,
which was just a scammer. Oh yeah.
I hate those.
Shut up, scammers! Here, this is what I have to. Here, Jerry. This is what you should have said to the scammer.
Be gone, fuck!
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I was just trying to say like one quick thing, and I guess I was like, it's a Hail Mary throw, but
He was probably working for Mark.
But yo, Phantom Dust.
No,
Where that?
Yo, yes.
That's like if there's one. Also, because even though Part 3 is coming to PlayStation, but because Part 2 was on Xbox, maybe we'll see more Shenmue HD on Xbox's presser.
You know what? It would be stupid if they don't do it because, like you just stated, not only Shenmue HD 1 and 2 were just announced for every platform, including Xbox.
Yep.
It would be stupid if they don't announce, hey, Shenmue 3 is also coming to this platform.
Right?
Okay.
Pay for them publishing rights. Yu Suzuki needs the money.
Yeah, correction. Not only he needs money, but Sony needs that money. They need that cheddar. They need that paper.
But the reason why Yu Suzuki, that dude of all people, that dude is somebody who deserves money because he's not going to turn around and run away with it. He's actually going to develop something.
Mm-hmm.
he's not like 99.5% creators, right?
Exactly. Plus, if he gets money, maybe he can go, hey, Sega, let's get that VF6 going, huh?
You and I were thinking of the same mind.
So that's me.
Honestly, and hey, Jerry, I was also thinking, since that scammer called you, it was probably somebody from Sony coming to you and saying,
"You're supposed to be my friend!"
Correction, you mean him and his dad.
Yeah.
But, okay, that's a good prediction, dude. How about you, Nick? Any predictions you like to share? Or would like to see, at least?
Oh god, like I said, I would honestly be surprised if we don't hear something from Gears of War, not necessarily a fifth game, but maybe a spin-off in some capacity. Like not necessarily like a third-person shooter, maybe, something more mobile or
Gears of War Wars.
Maybe, hey, you never know.
Yeah.
Like I said,
if you work for Halo Wars, that's
exactly.
Or do something that's kind of similar to maybe like Twisted Metal.
That would be cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would honestly be. And I was gonna say the only other real big thing I would
Gears of War themed.
The only other thing I would love to see, and I know several other people would too.
Oh no! Actually, LPH. Sorry to cut off. You brought up a good point because for those who forgot, back when Gears launched back in I think 2015, it was announced on the launch stream of the game. Rod Ferguson confirmed that they are making a live-action movie of the IP with Universal Pictures. So maybe there could be news.
Yeah, maybe, but after what happened to the Halo, TV series and movie and et cetera.
Oh, that's still that was confirmed. That's still happening. It's,
I know, but like. Yeah, but
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Either way, but yeah, the thing that I would want to see, and I know a lot of other people would, because they've been clamoring for this for years, and it still hasn't happened, is either like an HD port or a remake of Jet Set Radio Future.
Yup.
Because I love that game. I love the original. I had it on Dreamcast. I have it on Steam. And they still and so many people have been wanting this for like ever to do like either like an HD re-release like they did with the original,
or full-blown remake.
multi-plat obviously.
Yeah.
But or like a remake.
And speaking of which, that also brings in a very interesting thing that we forgot to mention on it is the what is it that Microsoft has planned or along with Sega this year at E3.
Oh yeah, because of the tweets that that Sega of Japan shared a couple of months ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
So, again, wish it. That one might be a bit of a far one, but hey, I'd like to see it. And there's a crap ton of other people. I think
it is a far-fetched one because let's be blunt. Out of all three, Microsoft has been more lenient of embracing their legacy,
right?
Than say both.
Well,
Nintendo
especially
and Sony more so in regards to backwards compatibility.
Well, yeah, especially with putting making a bunch of the old original Xbox games backwards compatible now.
Exactly,
so.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they're probably going to announce more of those. I mean, that's kind of
which is great. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's kind of a no duh at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry. Were you finished, Ninja?
Yeah. Yes, I'm finished.
Okay, no, because I didn't want you to cut off. You were still talking.
No, I'm done. So yeah.
For me, there's not gonna be a lot of Hail Marys because, like, most of us, like, when we specific topics for the Road to E3 sessions that we do, we always try to be more realistic of the parties we're attached to as consumers. So my realistic ones that I think that might happen. First off, Xbox One X, $499, good price. I think it's a very good value, especially the specs that is established inside the console itself. However, like they did in the past around the time of E3's, showing for that week or the month of June. Like, how did the Xbox One X a couple years the price down and discounted for a good amount of time?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if they really want to establish the power of the Xbox One X and its value, I think they should do that. However, they should not do it at E3, but around Christmas time come, the holiday season. For E3, try out a test run. Like, say, for example, knock $100 off of the Xbox One X. Instead of $499, it's $399. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's successful, you bring it back again for holiday, but instead of $100, you knock it down more to $150. So instead of $399, it's $349.99. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I like to see. Two, as much as I love seeing them, I want to see Microsoft embrace their legacy IPs even more. Even the ones they acquired, because I love that they're bringing back Age of Empires. I love the fact they're bringing back, supposed games from Rare's IP vaults. Like, if that's true, Banjo-Kazooie. But I want to see more, like how we're seeing supposedly Perfect Dark. Or if it's true, and this has also been another IP that from Phil Spencer himself, consistently since he took the head point of, the head of Microsoft Game Studios. The new Battletoads.
Yes. Or a new Blinks Time Sweeper.
I think from what I heard, courtesy of IGN Unlocked, that sounds like a Herculean effect when it comes to rights.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I mean,
unfortunate.
I would too, because even back then when people joked about it, I do saw potential for the IP, but I don't think that's going to happen, sadly. But there was another game I think from the OG Xbox I would like to see another attempt at, and that was a game. Okay, do you guys remember a tactical third-person shooter by the name of Brute Force?
Yeah, yes, I do. Way back.
I would love to see a revival of that IP for the Xbox One. Either for the Xbox One or whatever the next Xbox machine is going to be called for the 9th-gen console cycle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
God, I almost said console.
If Microsoft could, I would definitely love to see a new Raises Hell.
That would be nice.
Basically, you're a xenomorph from Aliens going up against this race of cutesy people that basically are supposed to be a joke take on the Care Bears, and you're just...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting concept for a video game when Majesco put that out on the original Xbox.
Or, better yet, I know it sounds weird, but to bring up Majesco, I would like to see either... I think it'll be... LPH3's... He doesn't mind for new Battletoads. But for me, since we were talking about Majesco, which, again, thank you, Kyle, for bringing them up, because no one remembers that they existed.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, we haven't heard crap from them in years. Since I think the IP is very, 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 cheap these days, I have to see someone like Microsoft buy the Blood Rain IP. Because we were talking about, because earlier when Jerry brought up that, more female representation in regards to that supposed Joan of Dark Bible, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be another good thing too, with Microsoft getting the rights, because instead of being nothing more than a sausage fest with majority of there'll be more diversity. Again, let me phrase proper diversity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, Blood Rain, I've been a huge fan. I do see still potential of it working in standards too. You know what I mean?
Could they bring Laura Bailey back, or since she's Union, do they have to go for somebody else?
I think someone else, because let's not forget, Laura Bailey's not only she is in the same vicinity, quality-wise as say like a Nolan North or
yeah, she's amongst that upper echelon of voice actors ever since the voice actor strike. She basically cut ties with a lot of companies to be up, amongst the upper echelon of voiceovers in the industry today.
And Jerry, you brought up a good point too, bringing up Virtua Fighter 6.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that being exclusive to Microsoft because I don't care if people whine about it. You guys have Street Fighter 5. You guys deserve that trash. I'm just going to say it. You deserve trash like that. I'm sorry. Street Fighter 5? More like Street Fighter 5, am I right? But in all seriousness, I could care less who exclusive gets the rights to VF6, but I wouldn't mind if it's Microsoft because they need their own fighter. You know what I mean? Speaking of fighters, there's another fighter I'd like to see, and it did tremendously well for at least the generation for Microsoft, the Xbox One, and that is a new Killer Instinct.
Ah.
Either a fourth season or a Killer Instinct 2, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
because
yes.
I think both Iron Galaxy and Double Q, the original developer before they were acquired by Amazon, they did a phenomenal job. Not only mechanics, but and Jerry, you brought this up earlier too. Before we even went live, they are still the only fighter in the market that has a perfect netcode.
VF5, yep, it is.
Like VF5, which was released last year.
LPH said, "I'm just waiting for Mortal Kombat 11."
Well, do we all know that's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Virtua Fighter. Yes.
What? Like, is it going to be shown off at Sony or Microsoft? That's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, I'm just being realistic. Like, would I like to see a Hail Mary? Yeah, but I expect more Hail Marys to be, brought out to the table when we actually get to the successor of the Xbox One, which might be in the next couple of years. You know what I mean? But although that's my predictions for this year's E3. Overall, I'm pleased. Like I imagine, and you guys, both you and Kyle, Jerry, aren't big. You're not big proponents. Like you don't hate Microsoft or the Xbox platform, but you're not as embracive as I am, if that makes sense. Words.
Right.
But so basically this was our Road to E3 episode 1 on Microsoft Xbox. Those were our thoughts, and I think overall we can say that even though it's going to be a safe one, we can all agree that this is probably one of their better ones, if true.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I definitely agree, yeah.
If we take out the supposed leak from 4chan, even with the official info we know, I think we all agree they have probably huge up their sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And B, they have an actual direction. They're not directionless anymore. They have a clear vision of where they want to go, which is always good. So it's gonna be interesting come June 10th when their thing happens at the Nokia Fair, formerly known as Nokia Fair, now known as Microsoft Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was at it's early in the day too, if I recall. I think it was around 2 p.m. our time, right, Jerry?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so look forward to that.
Yeah.
And for those who are wondering, it's not a Mixer exclusive, even though their app is going to be showcasing stuff on the show floor. So don't worry, you can watch it on Mixer, you can watch it on YouTube, and Twitch here on Twitch.tv. So don't worry about that. But watch it for us from Twitch.tv/TheGeekFighters, please.
Definitely do that.
But any final thoughts before we go off?
I can't really think of anything on my end.
Okay, Jerry, how about you?
Yeah, so even though like it's probably going to be safe, I think this is a step in the right direction. That this is going to get people, what's that word? Confident in Microsoft. Again,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Going forward after this. Like even if it's nothing groundbreaking, I think that this will get. You know what? I think they're going to come back and they're going to announce some cool stuff later in the year, though. If they don't announce anything in E3.
Vic said in the chat, I laughed. Devolver Digital has enough presser. Another.
Yeah.
Oh man!
And it was an anti-presser.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that pretty much gave a big FU to all the pressers out there.
Which I like, because that's what.
Oh yeah.
And Adult Swim actually worked on that anti-presser
yeah, I know.
too.
Less more pleasing on the executives, catering to the people who actually buy the games, i.e., the consumers of their respective platforms. But I agree with you, Jerry, because honestly, the last time I seen this confidence, like build a confidence for Microsoft, wasn't even the start of this generation. It was the start of the Xbox 360 era.
Yep.
That's sad. Like, again, and this is coming from someone who is a fan, so think about that. Ninja, any final thoughts before we sign off?
Jet Set Radio Future. Get on that.
Jet Set Radio.
Understand
Damn
the concept of love.
Because damn it, DJK is gonna get more and more pissed at you at Twitter if you don't do it, because he already is. So
I know, yeah, that's the funny thing. But yeah, that was our first episode for E3. We'll be here next week, Friday, same exact time. Instead of Microsoft, it'll be Sony, and that one will be hosted by the head of the group over here, Fighter Chaos. So look forward to that. That's me. I'm 16-bit Jeff. You can follow me on Twitter.com/16-bit-Jeff. I know, but you can follow me and see what's going on my end in regards to my streams and what I have planned for future content.
I live in the Sorry. The sirens in the background.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. Not only on my end, but on the end of the group as well too, so you can follow what's going on my end. Also, when it's still available for the time being, channel feed on Twitch.tv here. So Twitch.tv/16bitjeff to keep updated until the channel feed's no more. And the same can be said for the Geek Fighters Twitch. So look forward to that stuff too. That's on my end. Guys, do you have anything to plug?
Double R, you go, because I'm trying to be succinct.
Succinct?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm a bit confused.
I think it's nice to try to say no.
Don't go overboard.
Yeah.
Here's what you're saying. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's what it means. Succinct, just...
Yeah. All right. Sorry. I'm just not fully familiar with that strong of a word. But anyways, I do know what it means. Anyway, you can follow me on Twitch, where my website is twitch.tv/rpgreviews. I'm going to be going live at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and get started with the last chapter of Trails of Cold Steel, finally. And hopefully this is the weekend where I will finish up Trails of Cold Steel, and then I'll move on to something else. I was thinking of doing something small, or a couple things that were small, before going on to another big project, or that of Trails of Cold Steel 2. But I think what I have in store may not be Earthbound afterwards, but what I have in store is probably going to be something that's going to, really surprise all of you. But also, you can follow me on youtube.com/rpgreviews. I do reviews, archive my live streams on there, retrospectives, which I'm currently doing the Final Fantasy retrospective with episode 9, and I also do what was originally called 2 Cents videos are now my side quest videos, where I talk about news stories that are in relation to role-playing games, either Western or Japanese fronts, and I deliver my own thoughts while on camera. Now, that's something I need to get back, to doing since E3 is coming up. But also, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/RPGreviews. My Facebook fan page is there, and you can follow me on Twitter, which my Twitter handle is @RPGreviews. So whichever social media site you go to, follow me on either of those, even though they're linked together. But, just keep it short and succinct right there. But anyway, that's all from my end. Can't wait to come back on tomorrow afternoon when we finish up Thousand Arms.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow.
But that's all on my end. Was I succinct?
And I guess that's just...
Was I succinct enough that time, Kaus?
Oh, no. But
Damn
no.
it!
Also, since we have someone from the site we're affiliated with, look forward to our E3 coverage on twitch.tv/TheGeekFighters, thanks to our wonderful partners over at HeroClub.com.
Indeed.
That's hero-club.com.
Yes, because some bar in Spain has just Hero Club as one word.
Yeah, of all things.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So definitely check out our Twitter, Hero Club for Life. I actually run 2 live talk shows there, one on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Gundam franchise, as well as a little bit of others. It's your basic anime robots. And then Wednesdays, also at 9 p.m. Eastern, we talk about Tokusatsu, those bug karate men in spandex, and, those fake rubber monsters. So yeah, it's all kinds of fun, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And and follow me on Twitter at Metal Ninja 0.
Yeah.
Okay. So
now we saved the best for last. Jerry, anything to plug?
Well, all right. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/FighterCows. Yes, I changed it finally.
Yay!
From Ikari Radio, Fighter Cows. You can follow my webcomics, tapas.io. Yeah, they have .io. That's tapas.io/series/New Courage or mixtape. Or just search New Courage and mixtape.
Right.
Because Webtoons sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Webtoons. You can find it there, but no, they kind of treat me like garbage there. It's
like what you're saying is I am there, but please don't go there.
Yeah, they don't treat you well there.
Yeah.
Tapas does. So go there. You can read it on Webtoons if you want. Hey, if you can make me popular there anyways, go right for it, so I can show them up, those jerks. But yeah, Twitter, Tapas, Twitch. It's worth following me because I am not giving up on streaming. I just haven't had a schedule. Big difference.
And but as you clarified, you're not giving up on streaming. You're just changing your schedule from gaming to something that's more under your actual.
Well, I still play games too. I just literally don't know when I do it.
To be more from you.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it for me. Those are the main things. Because YouTube, I'm not going to plug it till I actually know I have content.
Right. So thank you everyone for joining in the chat. Sign out of Twitch. Thank you for joining. If you liked what you heard today, please remember that we are also doing for the next couple of Fridays, same time 5 p.m. EST for both Sony, Nintendo, and third parties. So like what you so you can follow when we go live and check out the schedule that we have on Facebook Geek Fighters and Twitter.com/TheGeekFighters to see what's up. I'm 16-Bit Jeff, and thank you guys for joining, both in the voice channel as well as in the chat, and we'll see you next week. Well, actually tomorrow for not only the finisher 2 of Thousand Arms, but next Friday for the continuation of Road to E3 with Sony.
Hit that follow button. Join our Discord. Scroll down.
Yes, please.
So,
that's it.
Yep.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Ciao.
Ciao, Ben.